What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the video. Welcome back to the channel, rather. Today, I am probably on vacation, so what I wanted to talk about today instead is some of the Vanguard maps. So we're going to talk about these Call of Duty Vanguard maps, kind of give my thoughts on them. You let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section down below, and let's just run through them. Okay, so starting off is going to be Berlin here. I think it's an okay map. It's a little too big for 6v6, but at the same time, it's nothing to complain about all that much. I think it's a good map, solid map. For a night map, you can actually see people decently well, so I like it. I like the layout. It does feel very World War II-ish. It doesn't play the best. I'm going to give Berlin a 6 out of 10. Next up is Bocage or Bocage here. I'm not quite sure how to say it. A lot of people do enjoy this map. I'm personally someone who doesn't. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know why. I just can't get on board with this map. I just don't do well. I think there's a lot of elevation, a little too much elevation for a multiplayer map, and it's also pretty close quarters a lot of the time. So you'd think I would like it more, but for some reason I just can't do that well on it. Following that is Castle, probably the prettiest looking map in this game. Castle, obviously a remake from World at War, a great map overall, plays good for a lot of different play styles, for whether you're playing Search, Domination, TDM even. It plays really well, and I have really no complaints with Castle. I think it's a fun map, and like I said, it looks really good as well. Das Haus is next. You guys probably know what Das Haus is. It's basically the new Shipment or new Nuketown. It looks really good. It plays decent. You know, I'm gonna have to give Das Haus probably like an 8 out of 10 most of the time. You know, sometimes when everyone's running shotguns, it's a little bit more annoying, but for the most part, I think it's a pretty fun, pretty playable map. I don't know if I'd play it every single day of my life because that could get annoying, but I do like the map. Next up is Decoy down here with the houses. What's interesting about this map is that a lot of them can be, or like basically every wall in this map can be shot through. So there's really like no quote unquote cover. You're never like really safe anywhere you go. So it's a little odd there, but I think it's overall a good looking map, probably the second best looking map in the game. There's a lot of attention to detail in it, but as far as play goes, it doesn't play the best. I'll give this map a 5 out of 10. By the way, Bocage I'll give like a 4 out of 10, Castle I'll give a 9 out of 10. Moving on to Demyansk here in the middle, the snow map. It's really good if you get that church side. I'm sure if you guys played this map, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't get the church side, it's a really annoying map because you get head glitched, you can't move out of your spawn, and it's very one-sided. So, you know, if you get the good side, you know, it's a really fun time, probably like an 8 out of 10. If you don't get the good side, it's a miserable time, probably like a 1 or 2 out of 10. Following that is Desert Siege. I like this map. It's a little bit, it's like in the mid to big size, so it's an okay map, but overall, I do like this map. Not really many complaints with it. I think it could be a little smaller, it could be a little less head glitchy spots, but for the most part, it plays pretty well. I'll give this map a 7 out of 10. Obviously, next up is Dome, one of the GOAT maps. Another World at War remaster. Really fun map. I didn't get to play it back in the day, but seeing as how I can play it now, it's very fun. I have no complaints with Dome. I think Search and Destroy gets a little wonky sometimes. I think the spawns on Dome are kind of wonky as well right now, but I think that these things will get fixed in the near future, so nothing really to worry about there. Moving on here is Eagle's Nest. Oh, Dome. I'll give Dome an 8.5 out of 10. Next up on the second half of this maps is Eagle's Nest, a 6v6 map. I like Eagle's Nest, probably one of the best maps in this game. I'm going to give Eagle's Nest a straight 9 out of 10. It plays really well, a lot of close quarters combat, and the spawns are pretty predictable. There's not a huge backside where people can just sit and spawn and get away with it, you know, so I like it. Next up is Guvutu, one of my least favorites in this game. I think if you guys seen any of my beta gameplay, you'll know that Guvutu is not for me. A lot of snipers, a lot of head glitches. Sometimes I can do pretty well actually, but for some reason I don't like this map at all. I'm going to give Guvutu a 4 out of 10, one of the weaker maps in this game. Don't know why they brought this in the beta. Very, very odd choice. Next up is Hotel Royale, another really good map in my opinion. It's a little chaotic, especially down the middle in the hotel area, but the outsides and the top version or area are really fun. I enjoy it a lot. I'll give Hotel Royale a 9 out of 10. Very fun. I would vote for this map over a lot of other maps in this game. Numa Numa is next. This is the first new map I've ever played on Vanguard, aside from the beta maps. But Numa Numa, really fun map. A little chaotic. I wish I played it more, honestly. I feel like I've only played it like 5 times, as opposed to like everything else I've played like multiple times. Probably one of the most underplayed maps for me. I don't know why. But I like Numa Numa a lot. It's very unique. It reminds me of like a World War II setting, so that's good. And it also looks really good. One of the more, pretty maps in the game as well. I'm gonna give Numa Numa probably a 7 out of 10. Next up is Oasis. We're close to rounding it out here. Oasis is a big map, but doesn't feel that big, so I think it's a good job there. I don't know if I'd play more than like 12v12 on it, otherwise it gets a little chaotic and the spawns get really crazy. Oasis is an okay map, I don't really like it, but I don't really hate it at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and give Oasis a straight up 5 out of 10. I'll play it, I won't back out, but I don't love my time playing it. Next up is Red Star, another beta map, one of the biggest maps that we've seen in Vanguard, and I guess, yeah, now that the full game has launched, yes, it is one of the bigger maps in this game. I think it's an okay map. I used to hate it a lot. I think it was just very catered to sniping, but I figured out how to play it well, and basically you kind of just sit around and like look at different angles. That's how you play this map. That's how you do well in this map. Anytime you see Red Star gameplay from me, don't expect me to be rushing that much, because it's not a map that you should be rushing in. But it's okay, for something, for like wanting to camp, or like people who want to camp sometimes, like me included. It's an okay map. I'll give Red Star a 4 out of 10. Following that out with the final two here is Sub-Pens. Definitely one of the least favorite maps that everyone has explained here. I like the variety of the maps, as you can tell just from looking at the pictures here. They look very interesting, but Sub-Pens, it's okay. It doesn't play awful, but it doesn't play great either. I'll give Sub-Pens just a straight 4 out of 10. Kind of boring. I wouldn't really vote for it. I like the outsides of the map, but the middle portion is just way too you can get sniped from anywhere. I don't like that. And last up here is Tuscan, one of the more, again, beautiful maps. It looks really good. A lot of these maps look good in the game. What can I say? Tuscan, really fun map. I think it's okay. I wouldn't say it was really fun. I think it's on the fun side, but it's not like the best map ever. It's slightly above average. I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. There's a lot of angles. There's a lot of head glitches. There's a lot of elevation as well. So I don't know, it feels like an old school kind of Call of Duty map. It doesn't feel like a new one or anything, but it is a new map. And lastly, we have Shipment, which is coming soon. I think November 17th, which is about like less than a week away. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing that. Everyone's gonna be doing that for camos. I'm looking forward to it, and I think overall the maps are pretty good in this game. No maps are like completely skip right off the bat. Some people might say Sub-Pens or Red Star, some people might say Demyansk or Bocage, whatever. But for the most part, I don't feel like skipping any of them in particular. Like, I'll play them all, even Demyansk, even Sub-Pens. I don't love it, but I'll play them. They're all somewhat playable. So that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that happens. Leave a comment down below. What's your favorite map in Vanguard? And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Peace.